This is Steve Tortorello.
Eric Hamilton.
Henry Jasper.
We are from Pro Wrestling Ventures and Warrior Wrestling, and we are getting drunk with
Drunk
Buds.
with Buds.
Buds.
Yeah, we're drinking just because. Let's get drunk with Buds again. Yeah, we're gonna have some fun. Let's get drunk with Buds again. Yeah, we're drinking just because. Let's get drunk with Buds again, again.
Welcome everybody to Drunk with Buds, a show about trying new beers with some friends and having discussions you normally have at a bar. As always, we get our beer information from the Untapped app, or Blase. That's UNTAPPD, and you can now follow the show at Drunk with Buds. And that banger of a theme song is by the band Lost Like Lions out of Buffalo, New York.
I am your host today, Honer. Alongside me is Bruce, the beer bitch bandit. And over the phone, my brother is Brack Blazer.
It's good to be here.
On today's episode, Warrior Wrestling and Pro Wrestling Ventures founder and promoter Steve Tortorello returns like Braun Strowman on a Friday night. Welcome to the show, Steve.
Well, I've never been called like Braun Strowman before. Hello.
And today he brought a friend or two. Steve, can you introduce them?
Absolutely. I've got with me here two of the other three or four pillars behind Pro Wrestling Ventures and Warrior Wrestling. Eric Hamilton, my best friend of many years and my right-hand man, and Henry Jasper, our director of digital media, who is behind all of the great videos and graphics you see on all of our projects.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. And just like, he called you pillars, so you're just in the background holding things up and you don't say anything.
Usually, yeah, that's what we're good at.
Steve, do I have permission to speak? Or okay.
No, Henry, you stay in the basement.
Oh,
Okay.
He's holding up the
I'll
floor.
We'll let
you over
Henry
to
go ahead and
Nick
introduce
City.
yourself. Henry, I think you left. I think you ran away.
Oh,
From
wait,
here.
wait, wait,
He's
what?
actually locked in the basement.
What I missed? What was I supposed to do?
I don't know. Talk about yourself. This is your big
Oh,
moment.
it's my favorite topic. So anyway, hold on. Let me. Okay.
This is the only time we're allowing you to speak.
I don't know. What do you want me to say about myself?
Can I just
Man,
say,
what do you
Henry,
do
so
with the
far
company?
you are crushing it.
I'm learning a lot from him. Learning a lot.
We're getting the whole intro is getting edited out. They're going to jump to minute 6.
No. It's fine. Oh,
No, we're going to make Henry edit himself out later.
Yeah. Do the digital media on this, Henry.
no, I do. You said it. I mean, it's whatever social media post or video you've ever seen edited in the last, I don't know, whatever, 20 shows. I've been a part of it. I don't know. We tell stories. That's what we do. That's what I like to
design the
do.
championship?
No, I did not. That was all Eric, actually. That was all his idea.
Oh, what's Eric do?
I'm Eric,
What do you
and I do a lot of little. Like, I don't do a lot of big things, but I do a lot of little things. And you add them up over time, and eventually it's a good time.
Yeah. So Eric is my go-to with creative for putting shows together, working with talent, organizational stuff on the days of the shows. He undersells himself, but really this whole thing couldn't function without Eric. So if you've ever been to one of our shows, whether in Chicago or another city, a big part of the reason that it happened is because of Eric. Not Henry. Henry's useless.
I noticed. All right, so
If you heard about the show, that was because of Henry. If the show actually happened, it's because of us.
And Dom, let's not forget about Dom. There's other people too. But
Dominic was working today and couldn't join us, but he is the fourth pillar in making all of this craziness happen. So you got 3 out of 4, which isn't bad. Like, that's a solid C. You guys got most of us.
Nice. Well, we're going to get to know more about you guys later and see what Steve has been up to on Pub Talk. But before that, let's introduce our first beer of the day. And Blase's got that one.
The first beer of the day is a Czech Pilsner by Urban Chestnut Brewing Company. It is a golden, peppery, herbal, and clean finishing. Urban Chestnut Brewing Company takes on the classic Czech-style Pilsner lager. It's here to help make the season bright. The merry part is up to you, though. The Pils purist on any list is sure to appreciate its immediate bitterness and distinctive malt character. After all, the Czechs literally invented the Pilsner style. What a gift to the world.
All right, first thoughts,
Go ahead and
everybody.
try it and let us know.
Try it.
The can says a classic Czech Pilsner lager to grace your winter table. Golden, peppery, herbal, and clean. The perfect holiday pills.
Well, my first thoughts are that it's very smooth, and I do like that little pepperiness. It gives it something different, than your normal Pilsner or lager style. It's not too strong. It's just letting you know there it's dancing across the tongue, giving your taste buds a little bit of a kick.
I honestly wish the pepper wasn't in it. I think that's kind of stupid, but I like the goldenness of it. Usually I'm not a golden beer fan, so I think you adding in pepper into that as well makes me negative. But
I don't think they literally put pepper in it. I think they were saying it's peppery.
I know, but I'm tasting the peppery, so you get what you taste, right? And then the herbal and cleanness, I understand that. That is a clean finish. The herbal, I don't hate either, but the golden and pepper are kind of throwing me off balance right now. But you know what? It's actually a pretty decent beer for the weather we have right now.
Okay, yeah.
So it's cold
Freezing.
out. It's cold out. It's actually warming me up, so it gets points for that.
What about you, Steve? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, once you said pepper before I tasted it, and then I tasted it and went, oh yeah, it's a Pilsner, but there's something kind of crackly in it that makes it a little bit different than what you've had before. Maybe a little bit more bitter than I'm used to in a Pilsner. It's good, but again, if you're expecting a Miller, it tastes different than that. It just tastes, but it's good.
It's because they're two different styles, Steve. Jeez.
That's true. Miller's more of a lager. I don't know. Like, what's a Pilsner? What's a macro brew Pilsner? Is there one?
Miller Lite. Yeah, Miller Lite's a Pilsner.
That's okay. That's what I thought, right? So if you're expecting a
But
Miller
this
Lite,
is a Czech Pilsner. So
it's a Czech. So
yeah.
the hops and the yeast, I believe, are different. So
yeah, it's just a different.
It's an American lager.
Oh, so there's gotta be another
homebrewer
Pilsner.
knowledge is coming out. This is fun.
Yeah, see, Henry, you have a job, Henry. Look at this.
There's more to him than I thought.
He's brewing in the basement.
I'm like an onion. There's layers.
And he makes people cry.
Okay, Shrek.
Hold on.
Get out of my swamp.
Pilsner is a type of pale lager. So yeah, I guess it is.
Okay,
Right.
thank you. I am vindicated. Henry, go back in the basement.
I didn't say they weren't in the same family.
Get back in there,
I'm just
Butch.
saying that they're, what's the animal equivalent of this? Like, they're all spiders, but one's a tarantula. I don't know. I don't know where this
So
is
he
going.
instead of getting an animal, he got an insect.
Harry
Right.
Potter.
Yeah. Anyway, point being, it's fine. It's different. It's got a little something to it it's okay.
It's out of St. Louis, I believe. I think Brian touched base on that. I don't know.
Yep.
Tell you what, I'll look it up on TikTok. Let me get back to you guys in a second.
He's flying to another country, so he can do it. So we're all chatting around and everything like that. So let's just sit around the table and start some pub talk. Why don't we? Pub talk.
Pup talk. All right, let's get into it. So, Steve, what the fuck have you been up to, man?
Yeah, man, it's been too long, buddy. About a year, almost a year.
Man, it's been a while. I think the last time I did the show was February or March of last year, before that Revolution Brewing event we had. So it's been quite a bit. We've just been, working on shows. We did Lakefront Brewery up in Milwaukee, which was awesome. We're talking to a whole bunch of different breweries for 2025. We might be coming to other Midwestern cities all over the place if it all comes together. So just working on wrestling stuff, working on life, taking care of my 2-year-old who's in the other room eating macaroni and cheese. Life's good.
Where's mine?
She's also eating the macaroni and cheese. I had nothing to do with the macaroni and cheese.
Is it cracked?
No, it is Goodles. Goodles. It's like high protein, healthy mac and cheese.
I have heard of that.
Not a
Actually.
sponsor.
It's actually fantastic. Sometimes I will make myself a
I
box
heard-
just like for my own lunch.
Hell yeah.
I heard Brian Cage eats that.
Brian Cage probably eats that as one of his 17 protein meals a day.
Does he eat
Literally,
ass?
all right. So, quick Brian Cage story. Brian Cage shows up to a wrestling show with a mini cooler, and Eric can attest to this, of like 6 pre-planned, pre-cooked, pre-portioned super protein meals. And throughout his time at the show, from like 4 p.m. to 12 p.m., every 2 hours, he eats like another whole large freshwater fish, basically.
Okay. I mean, I like fish. He's eating some trout.
Now, as a promoter, do you have to pay for that?
No, he brings his own. You know what we would always do actually with Brian? When Brian was our champion, we would always buy him a pizza at the end of the show. And he would order a different Chicago pizza every time, and he would have a celebratory champion's pizza. And he would eat the whole damn thing. Like he would order like a medium Giordano's deep dish pizza and just sit down and eat it in one sitting. It was impressive.
We actually saw him do that once, and then ironically enough, we ended up on the exact same flight as him out of Chicago that night, and saw him eating again on the plane.
Wow.
Yes, you're right.
It was. I mean, it was like his protein glop. Like I don't even know what it is. But that man probably goes through about 7,000 calories a day minimum.
Yeah, it's unreal. Like to be that beast of a human that he is, he consumes like half a goat every day.
Why a goat?
I don't know.
'Cause
I
it's
just
higher
thought it
in
was a funny
protein?
animal.
And only half a goat. I feel like you're underselling him. I mean, that man could put away a whole ass goat.
It's
Yeah,
true.
like goats are kind of small.
And they're eating Tom Brady, huh?
Well, different kind of goat.
Let's look into. We know a lot about Steve. Almost too much, some would say. But I don't know
Yeah,
much
true.
about Eric or Henry. So, Eric, why don't you give us like, what was your first beer? What do you do that's not warrior wrestling? What are your type of beers that you like to drink? Or are you a spirits guy? I don't know. Let's go with you,
Who the
Eric.
hell are you?
Yeah.
Well, I can. I'm Eric. I'm kind of like I said earlier, Steve's right hand man. I do a lot of
Ups
little
and
things.
downs.
I have, I have kind of like a fluid position where it's whatever Steve needs in the moment. Sometimes it's just someone to bounce ideas off of. Sometimes it's somebody where we, let's problem solve. Sometimes it's the fun stuff where it's like, hey, I just booked this guy. Let's book like a killer match with him. And I get to have all of the fun with probably less than half of the work that Steve does. So I think I have probably the best job in wrestling. When I'm drinking, I do drink beer. I've learned this. I am not a hops guy.
Okay.
I remember early on when my wife and I were first starting to date, we went to a real nice place, and they had some great beers to choose from, brewery, and I had no idea what I was doing. I was just trying to impress the girl. And the guy's like, "What do you want?" And I was like, "Well, what do you suggest?" And he's like, "Well, are you a hops guy?" And I said, "Sure," because I wanted to impress the girl. And then they're like, "Okay," and he had some options for me. And one of them was, all I remember is that it had the word "The Flash" in it. And in my mind, I was like, "The Flash, DC, Justice League. I will like this beer." And so I ordered it. And it turns out I am not a fan of The Flash, nor am I a hops guy. But I had to drink that thing like it was delicious so that this girl didn't, walk away from me laughing.
Well, I'm not much of a hops guy either, but you'll find out if you listen to the episodes from our past that sometimes you find stuff that's supposed to be hoppy, and you're like, wait, they did it in such a way that it doesn't really taste that hoppy anymore.
Well, maybe I should give hops a chance.
You should keep trying.
Yeah.
I think you should do a double IPA if you're gonna,
Oh.
because I hate hops as well, but double IPAs kind of hide the hops and it's
creamy.
more malty, and it's a little easier to drink. I say.
I agree.
I want to know though, did you ever, marry the girl or what?
I did. We just celebrated our 10th anniversary last summer. We have 2 wonderful children,
And then,
and never
She
never
still
have.
thinks he loves hops.
She still thinks I'm a top
well,
guy. You guys can
starting
tell.
next
Deal breaker.
starting next week when she listens to this episode, is the divorce papers being filed?
I mean,
Yeah, right.
the fact that I'm a hops guy may or may not have been in the wedding vows. So, guys, seriously, we got to keep this on the low.
She buys him a hops-related gift every year. It's really awkward for all of us. He just smiles and just tries to get through it.
I'm living a lie.
Well, let's bring Henry out of the basement and get to know him.
Should we? Though?
First off, Eric is a closer, so there was no question if he got the girl. If you knew him,
wow.
yeah.
It must have worked on you too, then.
He's too humble to say it that way, but before the beer even happened, before it was ordered, the deal was sealed. So first beer, I don't remember my first beer. I was probably way too young, and I'm just not going to say that on air. But my favorite style, I can do that, is actually sours. I like to geek out about that. My favorite, I don't know how to actually pronounce it, but I call it the Duchess. If you just look that up, it's close to whatever the actual German or whatever language, it might be French, I don't know, is actually the name of the beer, but you can get it pretty much anywhere, and that's my favorite.
Nice. Well, what else?
Other than wrestling, I have other digital media clients, whatever. I do marketing. I help people tell stories. That's what I do. So
What's your price?
video, Photoshop, whatever we need, whatever needs to happen, we'll figure it out. That's what I do.
Well, that's a great introduction to both these guys. I want to hear about Brawl in the beer hall. Tell me what happened. How did it come about? Was it just like a pace and clip from the Revolution thing, or what did you guys change up?
Yeah, it was similar in style, right? It was a party in a brewery with wrestling and beer. But the Lakefront guys actually came down to see the show at Revolution, and I talked to them at the end of the night, and they were like, "We're bringing this to Milwaukee." And I was like, "Great, dudes, let's talk." And so we set it up for November this past year in Milwaukee. And similar, like Mustafa Ali was the main attraction, but otherwise it was pretty much a different card. A couple of other wrestlers overlapped, but generally different types of matches. Similar in that we had a brawl all over the beer hall. We had Warhorse and Joey Janela, similar to Lance Archer and Trevor Outlaw from Revolution. And so the fans that were there got to see some high flying, got to see some brawling, got to see some big stars, some fun lights and sound, and it was a good night at the beer hall. Yeah, and we'll be going back. We don't have a date yet, but we'll be going back to Milwaukee later this year. So it was a fun time.
Well, that's great. Maybe, what will put it over the top from great to awesome is that the Buds are there this time, because we weren't there this last time.
Yeah, you got to make your way up to Wisconsin.
We're there.
I love cheese.
Spotted cow, baby.
Spotted cow, yes. Do you want me to go? Is Warrior Wrestling going to return, though? I mean, I know you guys are doing this Pro Wrestling Ventures thing. Is that the main focus moving forward, or are we going to see more Warrior Wrestling? And how does it work with, like, the champions? Because I was curious, like, is it still considered Warrior Wrestling champions?
Great question. So the answer to your first question is hopefully. We've actually, me, Eric, Henry, and Dominic talked a lot about that over the last couple of weeks. The answer is hopefully Warrior Wrestling does come back. Pro Wrestling Ventures was created to do more of these like one-off shows, like special events. Whereas Warrior Wrestling kind of had a lineage, right? Show to show, story to story, champions, as you mentioned. We'll bring Warrior Wrestling back when it makes sense and we're able to do the level and style of a Warrior show. So like a Warrior show was a super show, right? Like we would have, as Eric used to say, 10 main events on a Warrior Wrestling show, right? All of these stars from all these different companies. They were really big and expensive shows. And the way the market has changed in indie wrestling, it just doesn't make sense to run those kind of shows anymore. There's just isn't an opportunity. So many people are signed up with the big two companies. It's just kind of a different world out there. So we want to bring Warrior Wrestling back when it makes sense. Pro Wrestling Ventures, the one-offs, they're a separate universe. I used to say, like, think of it like a restaurant group, right? Like, we own 5 restaurants. One of them's an Italian restaurant. One of them's a steak restaurant. One of them's fast food. They're not the same restaurant. So Pro Wrestling Ventures, we own them both, but it's like a different restaurant.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, I have
Aaron,
a shot. I have a shot getting
to
through a
add
table
there?
on one of them now, right?
Yeah, exactly. We can tag you guys in and beat you up in a Pro Wrestling Ventures show, and it's a different universe than Warrior.
I'm down. Where's the
What was
disclosure so I can sign my rights away?
I'll send you a
What
legal
was
thing,
the-
and then you can't sue us.
What was the event before Brawl in the Beer Hall? I thought it was an interesting event. I can't remember where you guys were.
We did one at Climb Zone in Chicago, which is like a
Yes,
family
that.
fun center. Yeah, they wanted to do a show to bring people and families into Climb Zone, so we did a small show there. Super cool environment. Like, just, the show was surrounded by obstacle courses and climbing walls, and our whole crew and the wrestlers all played laser tag before the doors opened. Like, it was a fun day at the office.
Sounds like it.
So I was just thinking, like, my buddy's about to open up like this little restaurant in Plymouth, Indiana, a little small ass town, but it's called Yellow River Tap and Eatery, and I was just picturing myself like right now, like you guys doing a wrestling event there. I was just trying to see if it was big enough for you guys to be there. It's just like a wild spot.
We can do outdoors too. And
shit.
we have an audience in South Bend, right? We've been to South Bend every year for the last 3 years. So that audience absolutely would drive down to Plymouth. Hook your buddy up. We'll talk.
Oh, I will, man, because he's also right next to like the Riverwalk too, so they could be outside.
Riverwalk's a big
absolutely.
park, a town park.
Yeah. Oh my God, it'd be hilarious.
We're
'cause
actually in
somebody
discussion
go in
right now with a couple of the breweries I've been talking to literally this week are talking about doing big outdoor summer shows with us this summer. So yeah, we can do outside. We just bring a tarp in case it rains.
Oh, dude, yeah, I'll definitely try to hook you guys up because he would love that shit. It'd be
And then
awesome.
keep us in mind. We might go out and help support you guys.
Maybe that's where we put you through a table.
Okay, that's fine. As long as I get some shots in first, but I'll take the bigger bump.
Yeah, you're gonna go over huge on Lance Archer before he gently puts you through a table.
Oh,
I just want one. If it's Lance Archer, I want just one shot, a lucky shot.
Are there any plans to come back to South Bend?
I would love
Especially
to.
after
I actually
Notre
talked to
Dame becomes the national champions.
Oh, dude, don't jinx it.
I know.
I
shut
talked
up.
to the Century Center a couple weeks ago. We've got a list of like all the dates that it might work in the Century Center, which we love to run in the Bendix Arena there. But yeah, we would love to. That is probably our second home outside of Chicago is South Bend. We've had so many good shows there. The audience is great. I love the Bendix Arena. So yeah, we would love to come back to that area. So let's make it happen.
Yes.
I
let's
miss
make it
that
happen.
arena.
Yeah. Oh God, Henry, that's your paradise, right?
I love that thing. Shooting wrestling in that room is one of my favorite things. It's yeah. Anyway, I like it.
Why though? Can you tell us?
So it's like a bowl-shaped esports arena, and so, I mean, first off, when I'm shooting it, the crowd's so close and the bowl shape just lends itself where like most angles feel like they're right next to the ring. It's like that fight in the locker room where everybody makes a circle. It has that feel to it. So that's good. Plus, it's theater seating, so it's just a vibe, dude. They have a whole lighting setup. It just makes it really easy. I don't know.
I'm with you on
The
that.
environment.
As a person in the crowd last time you guys were there, that's probably one of my favorite arenas to sit in as well. I mean, and it doesn't hurt that we were so close to the action, and then the cameras were consistently on us, and we're just like having the time of our lives last time.
Yeah, so that's my fault. Steve and I in depth have talked about it, where like Steve's now making announcements before the show even starts, like live there. Like, hey, our guys are going to point these cameras at you because we do want to showcase that party environment, and there's nothing like live pro wrestling. And the crowd is a part of the show. Like we all have a job when we show up as wrestling fans, and we know what that job is, and we have fun doing it. And so it's like we incorporated at the last show at Lakefront, which I haven't had this yet, and I'm drinking. I know I just took a 90-degree turn. It's called Dive Beer. It's a Milwaukee lager, whatever. It's a lager. It's like an American lager. It's really good though. It's like the hops in it are like a little. They're like lemony. It's like weird. It's almost like one of those beers that gets mixed with lemonade, but not. It's just from the hops. Anyways, so
It's fantastic. I will echo that. It's my favorite beer that they gave me up at Lakefront.
Well, maybe we can check it out when we're at Lakefront with you guys next time.
hell yeah.
Sure.
Like, I don't know. Like, I'll put you on the list. Like, don't ask Steve. You know what I mean? I'll just put you guys on the list with Dom. I don't know what he's doing. It's probably him, dude. He probably refused you guys. That's probably what happened.
That's okay. I understand.
Well, then maybe I put Steve through a table for not having us go.
Get in line.
I'm gonna give him a pile driver.
No, that's illegal.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Only if Frank the Clown will manage you. Is that okay? That's the deal.
That's fine.
Aw.
I said we would be heels. It's okay. Frank the Clown can be our manager, even though he doesn't drink, which is fine. It's a choice, you know.
That's right. He's a great character though. He's really fun.
Yes, he is fun. And the best part of the last South Bend show, you guys, that we were at was when Mr. Kate said that I was a pervert in the crowd.
That was good for you.
I remember that. Oh my god.
I would be happy or proud of that.
Man, she got you pegged quickly.
Yeah,
Like,
I
yeah,
think
that guy
that
right
Mitch
there,
is a good
perfect.
judge of character. So I don't know, man. I don't know.
He likes being pegged.
Ooh.
I knew the moment I said that, I was like, oh, they're going to take this a different way.
I played with the line because I wasn't sure where the line was, and then I was like, "Oh, the line's way further." I could have been more of myself this whole time. Anyway, go
Hey,
ahead.
there's plenty of time left.
Yeah, you got 2 more segments, buddy, and more beer.
This is great. I love it.
Blase hasn't been here in a while.
Yeah, he needs a little
I
dose.
miss you all.
All right, tone it back.
All right. Well, let's talk about this beer. Let's finish it up. What do we like about it? What we didn't like about it, and give it a rating. Steve, just you remember we rate from 0 to 5 by quarters. Give us your final assessment of Czech Pilsner by Urban Chestnut.
I'm going to give it a solid 3. You know, like it's not bad, but it's not great. You know, I drank it. But like I said before, whatever the sparkly, peppery finish of it isn't my jam. So I'm going to give it a 3.
Okay. I was going to be there. I thought it was just like you said, the sentiment. But I liked a little bit of the peppery. It gives it a nice little twist, something different than your normal Pilsner. But as I kept drinking it, my mouth got like a little bit more used to it and accepting of it. And with the dry finish, the easy going is a little bit crushable. I liked it a little bit more. So I'm going to bump it up to a 3.25. Just a little bit. You know, it's firmly in the good for me.
So, I mean, after drinking it this whole time, I mean, the pepper kind of just faded away, you know? It just kind of blended in with everything. So, when you get past that first initial taste, well, at least for me, it actually becomes a really good beer. So, I'm going to give it a 3.75, actually. It's pretty decent.
It jumped higher for you.
Yeah, once you get over that peppery taste, the rest of it is just a really damn good beer.
Nice. And then, you know, Henry or whoever was drinking, if you want to shout out the beer that you're drinking, we'll let you do that.
Absolutely.
No, I'm just joking.
So,
Get back in the basement. All right. We don't need to talk about the beers that are on the show. Just joking, my friend. Just go ahead.
I was going to say, so yeah, it's a lakefront beer. Largest craft brewery in Milwaukee, 4th largest in the state of Wisconsin, a sponsor, a friend of ours, if you will. It's their dive beer. It's the Milwaukee lager. It's good, dude. It's the closest thing you're going to think of is something like a American lager. So just Budweiser, full flavored, like Miller Lite, not or Miller, like MGD or whatever they're. I don't drink that stuff. but it's lemony. The hops are like got this weird citrusy thing going on. It's good. It's refreshing.
Perfect.
So 5. It's a 5. It's a
Ooh,
solid 5.
5-star
And not
banger.
just
Wow.
because- Not just because they're going to do a few more shows this year or whatever it is, but because it's actually good.
Well, well, hopefully the buds can go out to Lakefront and try it for ourselves. Before that, let's get into one of our sponsors. You can get craft beers and great pizza from this place, Hop Station.
Looking for a cool craft beer bar? Hop Station Craft Bar has over 30 rotating taps and hundreds of bottles and cans to enjoy. They also do can purchases for carryout. Not a fan of beer? Well, you're in luck because they have a unique cocktail menu as well. So come enjoy the arcade games, dart boards, and the pool table. Oh, did we forget to mention the food? Whether you want street tacos or delicious pizza, you can't go wrong. With the outdoor patio, it won't be hard for you to find the perfect spot to relax. So head down to Hop Station, the #1 craft beer bar in Indiana. You'll find them on 318 Union Street, Mishawaka, Indiana. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm a champion. I don't know if this gotta beat.
did you guys know Eric can rap?
We love Eric.
He can join in anytime he wants.
Well, I think this is just actually like epic background music.
For like an epic fight.
Yeah, we'll let it ride.
He's doing it. He can do it.
Frodo's going to Mordor. Oh.
That wasn't much of
No,
a beat
no,
drop.
it wasn't. All right, so that was Champion, powerful, epic action background music by No Copyright Audio Library on YouTube.
Here, dear. Welcome
Welcome
back.
back.
Welcome back. All right, I'm here with Blase. I'm here with Hunter, and I'm here with the Warrior Wrestling / Wrestling Ventures crew, Steve, Henry, and Eric. We're about to pour into our next beer, but you know what? Just for shits and giggles, let's ask the gremlin in the basement what he's drinking.
Is that me?
That's you.
All right. So it's another lakefront brewery beer. It's called River West Stein. It's Stein, however that's pronounced. Henry doesn't read, if you're figuring that out.
Okay.
Amber lager. So I normally don't like ambers for a particular reason, and that's the malt profile is a little too sweet for me. But I'm going to taste this right now. I haven't tasted it yet. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Do you have a drum roll or no?
Yeah, he's doing it right now on the desk, but nobody can hear it.
All right. I was gonna tell Eric to hit a drum roll. For some reason in my brain, Eric can hit a mean drum roll, like in real life.
Yeah.
But that's the only thing on the drums he can do. I don't know. All right, here we go. Okay, so and I'm not just saying this because, like I said before, they sponsor shows. This might be the best amber that I've ever had.
Ooh.
And the reason why is that thick malt profile isn't there. Like the mouth feel, it's like syrupy, and I don't like that. This is like thin and dry, but it's got that amber like sweetness with the malt, or with the hop balance. Like it's good.
Great.
I'm surprised
Well,
that I like it this much.
Keep sipping on
So-
it, and we'll see what your final thoughts at the end of this segment is. Let's roll into this beer, my friend. What we
This
got?
beer is Chicken and Broccoli by Other Half Brewing Company. IPA, New England Hazy, 7.5% ABV. I have one friend that checked it in, but it doesn't say a score, it just says 0. 5,900 check-ins from everyone on Earth, 4.25 out of 5.
Wow, that's a big That's a big score.
Other Half Brewing Company is a regional brewery from Brooklyn, New York, and Style Guide says an IPA brewed with hand-selected Citra and Motueka and Riwaka selected from our pals at Freestyle Hops. Tropical citrus papaya and some sweet orange dominate the profile. That sounds like it's going to be delicious.
It smells fucking citrus.
It says citrusy, creamy, smooth, dry, and boozy.
Well, it's definitely citrusy from the smell. Let's kick it back and pour some into our throat.
Kick it back and stick it
Skip in the mouth entirely, straight to the throat.
Ooh. Yum City. It's very mild.
Ooh, Yum City for sure.
It's got that orangey citrus
my
taste.
God.
It's very smooth. It says it's
good.
double dry hopped,
knew-
but this is more double IPA level.
I knew Derek was not going to let us down.
Yeah, he was.
Holy shit. This is really good for being a double dry hot
Yeah.
IPA.
New England style.
I'm having beer envy the way all of you reacted to that.
Henry, it's really
Bro,
good.
it's
and
amazing.
I'm not a hops guy, but I don't. You guys could explain. I think you said if you double brew it or whatever, it's a double IPA. It's less hoppy. I don't know. This is fantastic, right? Like this doesn't taste bitter. It just tastes like all the citrus flavors,
Well,
and it is very good.
Steve, this is not even a double. This is the double dry hop. This is a different process. This is not even a double IPA. So this is a.
See, I don't know what
this
I'm
is
talking
still
about.
a-
You heard the
this
word
is still
double.
this is still a single IPA. It's just double dry hopped.
Yeah, so
I
after
still don't know
we're
what that
done,
means. You jump twice.
dry hopping is done at the end. So like the beer's finished, like a regular IPA is finished and like boiled like all the way through the process on the yeast. And then you're dry hopping it, meaning hops are going on top of the finished beer. And it doesn't give you bitterness. That happens in the brewing process. It gives you flavor and smell.
Henry, are you a ringer? Are you secretly the best beer person on this podcast?
You've never had my
no.
homebrew, but I'm telling you it's happening. And when I hand it to you, you're going to be like, we're opening a brewery. I'm like, let's go. Like,
I trust you.
I'm good, bro. I'm not, I know I always put myself over, kind of, but like, when I know I'm good, I'm good. So I used to do parties. Anyway.
Well, I mean,
Man.
all wrestling themed beer cans brewery sounds fun.
I actually have a new IPA coming out with Hulk Hogan. Have you guys ever heard of him?
No, I don't know who you're talking about anymore.
And the crowd boos. Please boo me. I will eat it up. Oh.
Okay, well, let's move into the segment. We're going to reach up on high and grab those premium bottles in Top Shelf.
Top shelf, top shelf, baby.
Welcome to Top Shelf. Today we're going to do Party of 5 Wrestling. It's time to have a dinner with 4 members of wrestling's echelons. Anytime, any part of history, you tell me where you're pulling it from. Are you taking Ric Flair now? Are you taking Ric Flair from the 70s? I don't know. It's up to you and where you're going, what kind of food you're having, and why did you pick those people? We're going to start with one of our guests first. We're going to start with the gremlin out of the basement just because I want to put him on the spot right away. How about you, gremlin?
I need a t-shirt. All right. So
Like you need us to make you a merch shirt, Gremlin in the basement, or you're currently shirtless and need to put a shirt on.
Both.
yes. Okay. So the real answer is Sting absolutely has to be there. I'm trying to think what era. Can I do Stings there twice and I get like Surfer Sting?
Hey, man, this is your
and then-
party, man. You got some kind of
All
magical
right,
thing?
Stings there twice. Just because I've always been like, that was my guy. That was my first guy. Like everybody liked Hogan and stuff. Like that was sarcasm earlier. I would not do a beer with him. I was booing him too. But I don't know. Sting would be first for a lot of reasons. His personal story, a lot of other things. But that character when he switched the Crow, that's like my second favorite storyline in wrestling ever. So like he would be there for sure. I would want Trevor Outlaw there just because I want to throw a wrench in it and I want somebody to be rude to the waitress. So
Okay.
Bro would be there. And then I think guys like Scott Hall.
Hey, yo.
Maybe, but I would want like Scott Hall that gave that Hall of Fame speech. Scott Hall, that's the Scott Hall I want to talk to.
Okay. And then where you eating? What kind of food you eating?
Tacos, dude. I don't know. Tacos. I like Mexican.
Okay.
I'm a simple guy. You know what I mean? It's tacos, dude.
All right. Let's mix it up a little bit. Let's get Blase in here. Let's go with one of the buds.
Yeah, so if we're going out to, you said a restaurant?
I mean, you can. That's up to you. Just like where you going. He said tacos, so I just assume wherever you want to get some tacos. But if you want like a certain restaurant, go for it. If you want just a style of food,
We're going to a Revolution Brewery.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
I'm getting some Freedom Lemonade. And the four wrestlers that will be by my side, the Sandman from the 90s.
oh,
Stone Cold from the 2000s.
Jesus, how drunk are we getting?
Ric Flair from the 80s.
oh, okay.
I'm out.
And The Rock from now, because he has tequila.
Oh, okay.
Gosh.
He just carries it on him everywhere he goes.
He does. Did you see him?
Like a very, very good hustle.
Man, that sounds like a hell of a time where you're not going to remember that night when you're done.
Like, take pictures so you know what happened.
Yeah, you gotta get the gremlin to shoot it just so you have a memory of it.
See, I'll do it for free. If it happened, I would do it for free. Yeah, 100%.
All right.
I figured that'd be the best time.
Hey, let's go to Steve and tell me your party of five.
All right, so I would have to go with Brian Danielson / Daniel Bryan as one of them.
What
Because
era?
I think in all my years of watching wrestling, he seems to be the person, and I know hundreds of wrestlers, right? And like most of them can be weird dudes. Brian Danielson seems like the most normal, nice guy. Like I would love to have him as like a neighbor or a friend and like talk about composting or like where he had dinner. Like he just seems like the nicest guy in the world. So Brian Danielson is number one because I want to be his actual friend.
Like
Number
now,
two.
American Dragon now time, or like when you're getting him?
I would take him now so that he can share all of his experiences up to now.
Yeah.
My second one is Kenny Omega because I think Kenny is like one of the most peak creative, incredible wrestlers. And he's the one I would want to talk to about wrestling, like how he decided certain things, how he put things together. So I would also take current Kenny Omega because I want to hear all of his stories and his matches and what he was thinking.
That's a good choice.
My third one I've actually had several meals with. It's someone we've worked with a lot, which is Will Ospreay.
Ooh.
And I would take Will, not for his wrestling prowess, but because Will Ospreay is full of 1,000 stories you can't believe unless they're coming from Will Ospreay, in which case you're like, you actually did that. And my God, how are you still alive? So 100% Will Ospreay.
Sounds like a good guess for the show.
Oh my God, yeah, he couldn't repeat half the stuff he's told me and Eric on a public podcast, but that man is like, he's just impressive that he's still here with us. And I think my last one, I would go like obviously it has to be pre-99, but like 1997 Owen Hart, because from every story he is the funniest, nicest, like most wonderful person, and I would just love to laugh and hear what he has to say. So I would take those four dudes out for pizza. I would go to Pequod's Pizza in Chicago, get some pan-fried cheesy pizza, and just tell stories with those four guys.
All right, that sounds like a a good meal, and is people like sharing, like taking bites from the same slice? I'm just joking. Honer, what do you got?
Yeah, so I really couldn't think of anybody, so I just kind of threw these guys together. I would have Xavier Woods because
Up, down, down.
yeah, because he's a gamer, and so I would be able to talk to him about games. And I always think he's funny. I think
Yeah, he's good.
he's a good dude. I think
From
and
the
then,
new date.
Then I'll ask him about his sex tape. And then we
Oh!
got Mick Foley, and then the '90s Mick Foley '90s because
Just Mick, or are you doing?
I'll do just Mick Foley because then he can tell me about his whole like how he gets his characters, how he does that, how the fuck he survives what he does, and why he does it. It's crazy. Stone Cold 2000s also.
We're drinking.
Yeah, we're drinking. We're having a good time. And then Dirty Dom Mysterio, just because I think he's a goofy dude outside. Like I just think he'd be fun to be around too.
I mean, yeah. I mean, like, how he just fell into something, family and stuff, and then just getting that crowd reaction. Like, he doesn't even have to try, and he's doing it. There's something there.
Yeah,
like,
he's just
I
like
can't wait.
He's just
See
a
more
really
of it.
big troll. So I just like that aesthetic. But yeah, I mean, you know what? We're just doing a cookout. We're doing a cookout. We're
Backyard
having
cookout?
burgers,
Ooh.
hot dogs, and then we got Stone Cold's beers he's doing, and then
Is he bringing? Wait, 2000 Stone Cold didn't have his beers yet.
he's
so
gonna.
he's he's got the connect.
No, well, he's gonna bring the beers that he uses on the shows.
Oh,
So,
okay.
like-
So
like-
the things they
yeah,
throw to him,
yeah.
but no, not his current beer company.
No, he's just gonna bring
El
beers.
Segundo.
Yeah, so he's just gonna bring beers, and then we'll just be hanging out, chilling, talking, and just having a good time. But Mick Foley was probably one of my favorite wrestlers back in the day, so I think that's also one reason I want to have him on there. And Stone Cold too; he's always been one of my faves too.
All right, perfect. Eric, have you fixed your ham radio? What's going on here?
I changed the frequency a little bit. Is that coming in a little
You
bit
were-
clearer?
There he is.
Yes, it sounds perfect.
I just unplugged it and plugged it back in. So, all right. So, listening to Steve, I guess I'm not surprised that ours is very similar in style and concept, because we are two men who share one brain. I first on my list is also Will Ospreay.
Okay.
Not just because of the stories he shared, but also just he truly has an incredible wrestling mind. Just some of the things, if you ever asked him, hey, if you were the booker, promoter, if you were running the show, what kind of stuff would you do? And that's a question I've literally asked him before, and the answers that he gives are truly unique and mind blowing. So definitely Will. I'm gonna switch things up a little bit. Up next, I would probably take Bruno Sammartino. Honestly, so Steve and I were in New York for what was that, WrestleMania 29, when he was inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Yep.
And I remember we actually went to the Hall of Fame ceremony, and just the stories that he just scratched the surface on during his Hall of Fame speech. I just kind of walked out of there going I need to know more about this guy. So just the history and not even necessarily the wrestling, just the amount of world history that man experienced in his unique perspective. Got to have him there. Up next would probably be Cody Rhodes. I have this kind of running argument that he might be the single most influential person in wrestling, professional wrestling, especially television wrestling, over the last 25 years, right? I mean, when you look at the things that he has done and been a part of, and the different elements of professional wrestling that have his fingerprints on them, I think he gets kind of downplayed as a true innovator within wrestling across a number of different reasons and platforms and everything. So I would definitely want to hear about that experience. And then up last, I got to give a little bit of promoter love. I'm bringing Excalibur.
Okay.
I want to hear the background story. I have so many stories from Warrior that I can't tell anyone. I want to hear his stories from PWG that he can't tell anyone.
Okay. I get
And then,
those.
yeah.
Where are you eating? Where are you having?
We're going to Aurelio's. we're gonna get some pizza, some brick oven pizza from Aurelio's. Drink some beers. Have a little. They have this incredible cookie brownie ice cream monstrosity.
Okay.
It's gonna be a good time.
Now, the only question I have about your list there is you didn't really tell me the eras. Are they all current versions of them? Or are you taking the American Nightmare like when he's in New Japan or AEW?
I'll take the current version, Cody, because I want the stories. Like I want up to modern times access. Bruno, I'm going to take probably like pre 2018. I would like him animated.
Okay.
I think. Will, I'll take current Will. Yeah, most of them are current, except for Bruno. I'll go 2013 Bruno, like right after the Hall of Fame ceremony. We're walking out the door and going to get some pizza.
Perfect. All right, we're saving the best for last.
But before you do that, my honorable mention would be Chris Benoit, and I'd ask him about his family. All right, go on.
Oh, that's getting cut. That's getting cut. So
all right, go on,
I
Bruce.
like that one. Me and that one are spirit animals. Just lob it out there, dude. Just do it.
I did.
See what happens to the room. It's my favorite thing.
I would like to talk
That's
to Chris
what
Benoit.
we got this podcast. You guys want to join? I was like, are you sure, dude? Like, I never know what I'm allowed to say. Anyway,
It's fair game here, buddy.
Yeah, you can say
I'm probably
whatever you
not
want.
going to cut this.
Just don't be racist.
Yeah, don't be racist.
oh, I wouldn't do that. That's
All right.
not-
I
Oh,
haven't.
you said you would do that? Whoa,
Whoa,
bro.
whoa.
No.
All right. Let's do mine. I went with a theme here. Let's see if you guys can pick up on it. I'm going to take Chris Jericho from 2013. I'm a huge fan of Y2J and all of his different iterations. My favorite one is the Painmaker from New Japan. I feel like
The learning tree.
yes, I love that. But I'm taking 2013 Chris Jericho. I'm taking John Cena. I'm not a huge fan of John Cena. I'm taking him specifically from 2008. I just want to hear a certain story, and we'll see if you guys can pick up what I'm getting at, and you'll know why. AJ Styles from 2016. I want to talk to him when he's coming to the WWE. And finally, Edge in 2022. I'm big fans of everyone on this list, but can anyone guess why I chose these wrestlers and the dates?
Royal Rumble.
That is correct. These are all surprise returns or entrances to the WWE at the Royal Rumble. I want their stories fresh from their brains when they come back. Jericho in 2013, everyone didn't know he was coming back, and he had that feud that got him exiled earlier in the spring against Dolph Ziggler. And then who was number one? Dolph Ziggler. Who was number two? Surprise with the light up jacket coming for the first time. John Cena's torn pec return that was so fast, no one thought he was coming at the Royal Rumble in Madison Square Garden. We got AJ Styles' debut, second debut, but as a big star, first debut in the Royal Rumble. And then Edge's return after a glorious amount of years gone in 2022. I want those fresh stories. I think it'd be great. While we're sitting there at Chicago's like a Morton Steakhouse, I want to go to a fancy-ass steakhouse where we're just tipping back whatever beers or fancy wines and eating some steaks.
Perfect.
I want a steak right now.
Oh,
Steak is good, dude.
yes, it is. Yes, it is. And just speaking of things that are good, if not great, let's talk about this other meal that we just drank. Chicken and
It
broccoli.
returned in 2020.
Oh, shut up.
I got fact check shit.
Yeah, you're not Tones.
He's so delayed that he's young.
I was being cut. I'm not even gonna let him say that.
You're
So
not
let's talk about other halves, chicken and broccoli here. Steve, final thoughts. Tell me what you tasted and what you thought about it. From 0 to 5 by quarters.
I thought it was the citrus flavor was very forward. It wasn't bitter. It went down smoothly. It tasted good, but it wasn't too sweet. I would give this a 4.5.
Whoa.
Damn, he doesn't just give those out, guys.
He's getting naughty.
Ooh.
It's not a Meltzer 5, dude. They're not just given away. You know what I mean?
Was this?
Like, he was
Did you drink it in the
bold
Tokyo Dome?
Tokyo Dome. I'm going to go next. I'm going to give it a 4.5 as well. I mean, that's a huge score for me on any kind of single IPA. It's so easy to drink for an IPA. It's smooth. It's citrusy. It lingers on the tongue after you've had sips, and it's not a bad linger. It's a very good linger. I'm going to let it linger, just like the song.
Yes, sir. Don't quit your day job. All right, so I'm gonna go with
Let it linger.
I will say I like it. It's juicy, it's good, but the fucking finish I do not like.
Ooh.
It kind of tastes a little spoiled to me. I don't know. I'm not a fan of it. But I will say it's good overall. So I'm gonna give another 3.75.
Okay. I'll let our friend in Buffalo, New York, know that you don't like it, and he'll come beat the shit out of you.
Hey, just let it linger and don't tell him.
All right, so Troll in the basement, Gremlin, what did you think of your beer?
It gets worse every time.
I know.
Like,
the next one's gonna be like dipshit. What do you think of this?
Whoa.
Like,
I'm gonna keep it creature
like
based.
that
He's
one.
gonna become a goblin next or something.
yeah.
For the record, let's just point out that the gremlin troll in the basement, while Eric and Steve were geeking out about the most nerdy picks they could have picked to have dinner with, I caught that it was a Royal Rumble reference. All right. They are better at the whole wrestling history thing than me, but I won. Okay.
I mean, I chose that because the Rumble is coming up very soon, and we all love it. It's the best show of the year for the WWE.
So it was River West Stein, whatever. It's an amber lager. It's good, dude. It's a 5. I can't say anything.
Wow,
bad
Mark.
about a sponsor.
Mark, he's a Mark for
100%. I'm a Mark. What are we here for?
Shill.
All right.
He's a shill. He's planted. He's a
The
plant.
wrestling business, guys. All right. Anyway.
It sounds like now you guys definitely have to have us come up there. You need to get them on the horn. Say we got this podcast and once they need to promote you, and let's get this done. We got to see if these 5s coming out of nowhere are true, or just the gremlin just doesn't get out enough.
Yeah.
Henry Meltzer
We
over
lose the gremlin when you guys are like DMing us on Twitter to get passes, and I'm the guy answering it. You know what I mean? It's fine. It's all good.
No, our name should be on a list no matter what show, even if we're not invited.
100%. They already are. It just happens. Yeah. It's fine. Steve, that's okay, right? All right. Anyway.
Yeah, of course. They're friends. They're right.
I mean, we are friends. All right, so let's move into our next ad. This is a great sponsor. They're up in Niles, Michigan. We love them. They're a kick-ass brewery.
Do you want to find a hidden gem in the Midwest craft beer scene? If so, your search is over. The Niles Brewing Company is a nano brewery that produces some of the finest craft beer in the Midwest, with several award-winning brews and more to come, thanks to the expertise of master brewer Brandon Townsley. Be sure to check Facebook and Instagram for updates on upcoming events. On Sundays, you can enjoy a delectable brunch collaborated with Jim's Smokin' Cafe from noon to 2 p.m., accompanied by mimosa and Bloody Mary flight specials all day long. The brewery is located in Niles, Michigan, which features a social district downtown where patrons can enjoy their drinks outside on the sidewalk of Niles. For those seeking exceptional food, outstanding beers, and events that offer great company and entertainment, Niles Brewing Company is located at 206 East Main Street, Niles, Michigan, 49120. It is the ideal destination.
Hey, I'm so lit up, man, you can't get my clit up, and I'm gonna get this click up, and I'm gonna click you out like Adam Sandler, motherfucker. Get that Christopher walking, and I'm walking all over your body right now, and I body slam that ass on the concrete, then I'ma stomp on your motherfucking face.
All right, Gremlin, your turn to rap. Go.
I don't rap, but can I use that for like our next official song for the next show? Can we just?
Yes, you may.
I might have to edit some of those words out, but
Do it cause I'm lit up and I got this spliff up and I'm doing what I do right now, and I am just tossing this shit like a salad in the bedroom and I'm doing this shit. Hey, go, trap type beat, lit up new rap beat, no copyright, punks be on YouTube.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Jinx, you owe me a Coke again. We're going to go right straight into the next beer. We got Dark Hemp from Urban Family Brewing, a sour fruited 7.5 ABV, no listed IBUs. 2,100 people have checked this in for an average score of 3.99. That is very high, as we know. We got the style guide that says raspberry black sour ale. It should be sour, berries, dark, sweet, and jam-like. We're going to do a faux show, no show on this, Steve. So when we're drinking it, after we get our first taste, we're going to say these styles, what they say we should be tasting, and you tell me faux show if you taste it, or no show if it's not there. All right, everybody, take your first sips. Gremlin Man, while we're sipping, do you have a third beer?
I don't, but I do want to point out the story arc of me saying sours are my favorite, and now I have to just listen to this torture of you guys drinking my favorites. I feel like Steve wrote this storyline. That's what I feel like happened.
Yeah, there's not even a podcast. We're just taunting you.
He told us what your favorites were, and that's what we sang.
He was like, make sure you don't give him any. Don't give the goblin nothing.
Yep.
All right, my first thoughts of this is, damn. The color pouring this thing, it looks like a porter or a stout.
No,
it is definitely dark, but it is fucking jammy, berry, slightly tart. It is fucking great.
That would explain why it's so dark, you know.
By the way, I didn't say this. Urban Family is out of Seattle, Washington.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know. I was not expecting it to be this dark and then to also taste this good.
It's even got like, do you get like a porter like roastiness at the end? Like
Let me try again. Let me try again. No.
No. Okay, Steve, what are you getting on your first sips?
I think it's fantastic. I've never had a dark sour before. I don't know if that's a subset of sours. This is excellent.
Yeah, it's crazy because I was not expecting it to be delicious, but I was expecting it to be like, nah, dude. Like, it does look like a stout.
Or a porter, like, yeah.
Yeah, it's just not.
Well, it is like the creaminess of a stout or a porter, but with the flavor of like a raspberry jam. Like, it's good.
All right, so what's faux show, no show this, everybody who's drinking? I'm going to give you what they say you should taste. You tell me if it's there. Is it sour?
Yeah.
Faux show.
Faux show, I mean.
Faux show.
Is it berries?
Faux show.
Oh, faux show.
Is it dark?
Faux
Faux show of all.
I've never seen more faux show than show.
Is it sweet? I'm going to say no show.
I'm getting a little bit of sweetness, so I'll say faux
It's
show.
like sweet and sour together, yeah.
Yeah, it's show.
And is it jam-like?
Faux
show.
show.
It's faux show in that.
Yeah.
All right, so we're drinking these great things. The Goblin is drinking nothing, which is finally, we don't have to hear him talk
It's
anymore.
not true. I am drinking another dive beer from Lakefront Brewery, which is a 5.
Do you love it?
I love it. It's the best beer ever.
Hell yeah, dude.
You know what?
I mean, it's on equal par with every other sponsored brewery that we've worked with.
Eric, what are you doing? I don't want to hear the Goblin more.
Sponsored breweries.
Eric, what are you doing? Are you drinking anything? You just sitting back, putting your feet up? What's going on?
I am just sitting back with my feet up. Actually, right now I got a 7-7.
Oh, okay. Nice. Now, what's the? I'm totally lost. 7 Up. What's the 7? Is it Seagram's?
Seagram.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Eric, can we change your story? Do you have one of those things from like the 80s that our moms used to put their feet in with the water that massages it? Can you be doing that?
Bartles and James.
For the right price, Henry, I'll do anything.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, let's move into our last segment. We're going to be doing some Bruce Trivia. Bruce
Trivia coming at you live.
If you're not wrong, you must be right. It's time for Bruce Trivia. That's right. It's time for Bruce Trivia. Welcome to Bruce Trivia.
Nope.
Oh.
I am putting you through a table, Bruce, and I am taking over Bruce Trivia today.
Oh shit!
It's Blase Trivia today.
I didn't even know this.
Today, though, we're doing the Wrestler's Accolade edition of Bruce Trivia, Bryan Trivia. I'm going to name off accolades of a wrestler, and you guys have to guess who it is. And I'm not keeping score. We're just going to have a little fun here. So I'm going to name off these accolades, and then as soon as you think that you know someone, just go ahead and say it, and then I'll let you know if you're correct or not. Sound good, guys?
Sounds great.
Sounds okay.
All right, we'll start with the first one. Should be easy. It's a ballpark. It's an easy one, I guess. I don't know.
It's a hot dog.
Three-time AEW TNT champion.
Sting.
One-time NWA World Heavyweight Champion.
Cody Rhodes.
Boom. Cody Rhodes is correct. Who got that right?
It was Steve.
It was Steve.
Oh, man. I knew Steve was going to be
It
really good
was
at this.
Steve.
All right. You won't get this one, though, Steve.
Damn.
Next one.
Damn it.
One-time WCW World Champion. Two-time WCW United States Champion. One-time WCW Tag Team Champion. One-time WWE World Heavyweight Champion. One-time WWE Universal Champion. And
Goldberg.
Dang, yeah, that's it.
I was gonna say
I
Sting.
thought Goldberg early on, but I wasn't sure if we only get one guess. So I was like saving my guess. Did we only get one guess?
I was waiting, but I didn't. I wasn't on
No,
Goldberg.
it's whoever gets it first.
Okay.
So I got three more, but I feel like Steve's gonna get all
I'm
of these.
taking them all.
Two-time IWGP Heavyweight Champion. One-time Ring of Honor Pure Champion.
CM Punk.
Nope, not CM Punk. One-time Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champion.
Bryan Danielson.
Nope, not Bryan Danielson. Good guess, though. Three-time NWA World Heavyweight Champion. Four-time NWA World Tag Team Champion. This is where you guys are probably going to get it. Two-time TNA World Heavyweight Champion.
Bubba Ray Dudley.
Penta.
Nope. Six-time TNA X Division Champion.
AJ Styles.
Styles.
Asuka.
Yes, AJ Styles.
Yes, it was Bruce. I stole it from Steve. I said it first.
Yeah.
Got it.
No clean sweep for you, bitch.
Steve, you want me to beat his
Damn
ass
it.
for you?
No, he's going to
Please
put
do.
me through a table in Yellow River Cafe.
I'm gonna pile drive you on concrete.
No, you're not.
All right.
Where is AJ Styles? He hasn't been on in a while.
He's been hurt, I think.
Damn. All right. Well,
I could have said
Fourth
that.
one.
I mean, I could have just said that. Ryan, he's hurt.
one-time AEW FTW champion. One-time Impact World Champion.
Brian Cage.
Yes, that was an easy one.
You and me could have waited till he said Warrior, because we were next, right?
I was going to say Warrior Wrestling Champion. Yeah.
Right. Dude, Steve. Damn it, Steve.
Taka
I didn't want
Michinoko.
to risk losing, Henry.
You're so lame.
What? Yeah, but I'm losing with style, though. I put us over. Did you see what I did?
I saw
All
that.
right.
I saw it.
That's what
Great.
Do you have any
Underappreciated.
stories other than how much he eats, Brian Cage?
Yeah, I mean, like, he's a great dude, right? Like, on our very first show in early 2018, I sat with Brian Cage in the locker room of the high school where we were having the show, and he was just asking my thoughts on putting the show together, giving us some suggestions. After the show, he gave us a bunch of suggestions. One of the most helpful people we've ever worked with, I think.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Also, when I picked
big
him up for
things
the
in
first
AEW.
time, him trying to fit in my Hyundai was comical.
What is that, Sonata?
It was a Tucson, and it still looked ridiculous.
That's crazy. All right, last one. Steve, you're probably going to get it. was
Hey,
trying to
I got
cater to
one.
you a little bit. Two-time. I'm gonna leave that one out. One-time IDGP World Heavyweight Champion. Two-time IDGP United States Heavyweight Champion.
Rikishi.
Oh no. 3-time IDGP Junior Heavyweight Champion.
Kenny Omega.
No.
Mox? The confidence with which you were wrong.
I know. Hey, that was his
One
only guess.
time-
He's done.
I had 2 guesses, and I went with one of them, and it was wrong.
1-time Warrior Wrestling Champion and the greatest Warrior Wrestling Champion of all time.
Will Ospreay.
Will Ospreay.
Yes, Will Ospreay.
Guys, what?
He has more accolades, but I was trying not to give it away.
Casey Navarro is the still reigning, like 1,000 day, over 1,000 almost away. Where is he at right now?
Since, June of 22, when he beat Ospreay.
Will Ospreay never defended that championship overseas. It became a world title with Casey Navarro. So
To be fair, Will Ospreay did carry it down the ramp at Wrestle Kingdom at the Tokyo
All right.
Dome.
all right.
Yeah.
All
Technically
right.
he didn't defend it, but it was our belt was heavily featured in his
Right.
entrance.
Which is awesome.
All right. It's just,
This is awesome.
you know me and Casey. So
Oh, Casey's great.
I was going to say Casey, but I was trying to give the other guys a chance too.
Yeah. Wait, and notice, I didn't
love
say,
Will, though. Like
I
don't
did
wanna
not
make
say
it
Will was the
sound
greatest
like
Warrior
Will.
Wrestling
Will was
champion.
great.
He did.
Yeah, that was me. It's all subjective.
But pink's my favorite color, so
Pink is my favorite color.
And that was Bryan Trivia.
Thank you. It was great.
Yeah, because you did so well.
Steve won.
Yeah, but he wasn't undefeated.
It's true. Bruce had me.
I had to represent.
Back to you, Honer.
Oh.
How'd you guys feel about this beer?
Ooh.
Very positively.
Well, tell us, what did you taste? What did you like about it? And give us your score.
I would say, like we said earlier, the darkness, the creaminess of it, the raspberry jam flavor of it. I don't think it hits a full 5.0 for me because I'm very picky and give out very few 5s, but I go 4.75 easily. It's a great beer.
Owner?
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 3.75.
Very, very good.
Very-
B plus.
It's very jammy. I got really no other notes for it.
That's it.
Yeah, I could probably not even drink another one after this.
Ooh.
But it's good. It's a good experience. I'll say that.
I'm gonna give it a
Yeah, it is a one and done. I would give you that. It's definitely not like, Henry's drinking dive beers like he's chain drinking them over there. You can
yeah,
do
I
that
was
with
gonna
this one.
say dive beer's a 5, guys. It's a 5.
Yeah.
Shh. Let the adults speak, please. I'm 4.25. I think it's firmly into great. I could have a couple of them, not more than maybe 2, 3 at tops. The surprise of being dark is very awesome. Like it's just a weird surprise for a sour that it was like pouring like a stout or a porter. It's very good, jammy.
The flavor kind of tastes like a cider to me. Because
the
of how,
dryness at the end.
because of how jammy it is, and then like there's no apples, obviously, but
No, but
it kind of reminds me of that.
I do like the dry finish, like a cider sometimes gives you. It's very good. I would order it at a bar, and things like that. If I was ready for a sour, and they're like, "Oh, we got this dark him," I'm like, "Yep, get it." So, all right, guys. Today, of the three of us, Steve, Bruce, and Honer, what are you ending your night? It's last call. The bartender says you gotta get one more drink if you want to drink. Which drink today are you finishing your night with? Honer?
Oh, I'm picking this one for sure.
Okay. He's taking Dark Him. How about you, Honer?
Man, I don't know. I'm thinking like each one of these had something wrong with them, but like they're far from me wanting another.
You gotta pick one. So what are you finishing your night?
You know what? I think the Pilsner, because as soon as you get over that first little bit, it's drinkable. It's more drinkable than these, I would feel like.
I liked all of them pretty well, but if I'm finishing my night, I always try to take the heavy hitter if it tastes fine. And so I'm taking chicken broccoli. It's the highest ABV. It was very good. I would love to finish my night with that IPA. And especially since it's a surprise, being a simple IPA, I was surprised that I liked it. So I would take that. And going into things that are surprises, did you know we have a friend?
Nuh-uh.
We do. We have a friend of the show, and they help us out. So let's talk to them about them. Also, be sure you check out the UPS store on State Road 23 in Ironwood for printing, copying, shipping, notary services, and Amazon drop-offs. They're good friends of the pod, and they help us out, and they will help you out too. That's the UPS store, only on State Road 23 in Ironwood in South Bend, Indiana.
Thank you, guys.
Do you know who listens to us all the time?
Who?
Should we shout out?
These next top 15 cities?
That's right. Chicago, Illinois, Indianapolis, Indiana, Franklin, Maine, Hesse, Germany, Knox, Indiana, Dublin, Leicester, Ireland, Southampton, England, LA, California, Matthews, North Carolina, Buffalo, New York, South Bend, Indiana, Sydney, New South Wales, Australia, Tbilisi, some country I don't know, Bayonne, New Jersey, Springfield, Missouri, Shirley, New York, Dinsmore, Bali, India, Sun Valley, California, Moore Park, California, Houston, Texas, Rockville, Ohio, Elkhart, Indiana, Denver, Colorado, Nashville, Tennessee, Abu Dhabi, Wilmington, North Carolina, Suffolk, Virginia, Lafayette, Colorado, Hudson, New York, Detroit, Michigan, Aurora, Colorado, Valencia, California, Overland Park, Kansas, Brisbane, Australia, and finally, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma.
Oh, beautiful.
So, guys, we love that you guys were all on except for one. Why don't you lead us off with some social media and tell us where we can find Warrior Wrestling and Wrestling Ventures and all those things, and directions to the local bridge where we find the troll.
Well, Pro Wrestling Ventures is the parent company of Warrior Wrestling. It's on Twitter at PROWRES Ventures. Henry, what's the Instagram handle? Is it still at Warrior Wrestling?
Yep. No, it's Pro Wrestling Ventures.
There you go. Just Google it, look it up on the Instagrams. You'll find it there. On Facebook, it's still Warrior Wrestling is the name of the page, although it's branded for Pro Wrestling Ventures. And check us out. We'll hopefully be announcing more shows in the near future here. And if you like beer and a good time, hopefully you like beer and a good time at a wrestling show.
Perfect. What about your social media?
Henry and Eric, anything else?
I think you covered it.
I am Honer Creations on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I make dumbass videos for dumbass people like me. TikTok is now back up, so I think we're good to go. And I'm also the social media guy for Drunk with Bud, so if you're talking to us, you're talking to me.
I'm Beer Brandon Bruce on Twitter and Bruce the Beer Brandon on everything else, including Untapped. You can follow the show on all those social media platforms. You can find us on every podcast platform. Don't forget, we have an exclusive, limited time only t-shirt of Brent Huff Schmitty from ABC's The Rookie on TeePublic for a short time. You can get a t-shirt or a hoodie. We also have our regular merch on teespring.com, Drunk with Buds. Just search that store and you'll find all of our merchandise right there. It is priced so low, we make nothing just so you guys can wear our excellent merch.
Just so you can look sexy.
What about you, Blase? You got anything?
He left.
Oh, he's gone?
Yeah, he's gone.
Oh, Blase, I'm a dumbass and I just left the show early. Oh, okay. Thanks, Blase.
All right, sweet.
All right, so let's do our ending rap, the troll beats on YouTube.
All right, so Free for Profit, hard bouncy trap type beat, Nanita by Kala on YouTube. Hey, senorita, ma nanita, I really wanna see ya under the covers. I wanna do everything to ya. I want to rubber on ya, but hey, just come on over. We gonna get this shit going right now. I'ma pop off now like a champagne bottle going all over you. I'm spraying all around. Spraying all around. My nanita, I want to see ya. My senorita, let's get to meet ya. Hey, let's get to the bouncing. I want to do this shit with you announcing. Let's do this and I want to pronounce it. I love you. Huh? All right, guys. Thank you for listening. Drunk Buds.
We're wrestling. Wrestling Venture.
Yeah, Venture. Stay sexy, everybody. Thank you so much.